We invoke the name of teacher 3 times. Namo Sakyamo Ni Buddha. Namo Sakyamo Ni Buddha. Sakyamo Ni Buddha. I remember last week, Mr. Quang talked to me about in the class, the 101 Buddhism. They talk about the 5 precepts, and I just want to discuss you what's the core content of the 5 precepts. You can think about that. The core content of the 5 precepts is love. Really, the first precept, not to kill. So, the opposite of not to kill is to protect life, to love life. So that's the love, okay? So, Buddha teaches the main thing of our religion is love. Loving kindness, loving compassion. Loving kindness, like we love everybody like our own family, like the member of our family. We love them. Everybody, we love like our own family. Loving compassion, like we love somebody with love and respect. The needy people, we love them, we help them without any prejudice, any contempt. We love with respect. And the second precept, not to steal. It's love too. Because you love yourself. You want to protect everything you have, your family. You don't want to lose it. It's the love, the attachment to the materialistic possession, the love. So you love that, not only to protect your own property, but you protect property of the other people too. You don't want to lose everything you have. In the same token, you want to protect property of the people. So we don't want to steal. We want to take something. It doesn't belong to us. We get over the greed because naturally, we are greedy. We want everything for ourselves. But we learn with love. If we love our own property, we have to love the property of the people. And we have to protect the property of the other people too. So it's the love. And the third one is not to lie. Okay? That's the love too. Because if you love, you respect, you love the truth, you love something yourself. You don't want people to lie to you. So you love the truth. That's everything is love, okay? You just don't want anything to falsify something you believe in, something is real, is true. So it's out of love, the truth. You don't want anything, any lie, anything, any double tongue. Talk good in front of you and on the back of you, stab you on the back. You don't want that. You don't want divisive talk either because out of love. You don't want the people to divide you with the other people. So out of love, you don't want lie. Okay? The fourth truth is not to commit the sexual misbehavior. Out of love too. Like you love your family, you love yourself. You don't want the people to cheat on you. Okay? You don't want your partner or your loved one to cheat you. Because you love yourself, you love them too. So out of respect, out of love. So that's the fourth precept. The last one, not to take any intoxicant to confuse your mind. Out of love too. You love yourself. You want to protect your health, the physical health and the mental health. So it's out of love. So yeah, on the 5 precepts, the core content is love. So just think about that. Think about everything Buddha teaches us out of love. Because Buddhism is a religion of love. You see, that's the one religion we didn't hear. Buddha never accept any violence, any kind of revenge or resentment. You read in the history of Buddhism, we get killed. We get a lot of things. We never revenge it. We don't have, like other religions, they have a holy war. We don't have a holy war. War is not holy. You cannot accept the holiness of the war. Okay? If they say holy war, they do it to expand their religion, to do the propaganda, to proselytize their religion. They say the holy war. It's nothing holy, because war is a destruction. War is suffering. A lot of animosity. Okay? So we see that. You see, the 11th century, the Muslim, they invade India and they destroy on the temple, thousands of temples they destroy. They kill 100,000 monks and nuns. We never revenge it. And the 1949, the Chinese communists, they take over the China. They destroy about 40,000 temples. We never revenge it. You know, Mao Zedong, he said, Buddhism, religion is a poison. Okay? It's like opium. Okay? They make people believe it because they didn't believe in religion. Now they change it. They try to open the temples, just propaganda only. Like in Vietnam, the same thing. They believe that Buddhism is not good for them because they don't want anybody tell the truth, teach the law. They want the cult of personality. In Buddhism, we don't have a cult of personality. It's an Buddha. He says that I'm Buddha, you are the Buddha in the future. He never said that I'm the only one. I have a superpower. I'm the super being. I'm the only one. I become Buddha. You cannot. You're my disciple. You're my student. You're under me. He said no. You do like me. With the effort, with your self-improvement, you reach my level. And you become Buddha like myself. So it's a very democratic. And you see that the first religion, they have a feminism, okay? They have the nun, they have the lady in the religion equal to man. Even the young age, no gender discrimination, no age discrimination. You see the Lotus Sutra, the young girl, 8 years old, become a Buddha. She's only 8 years old. So there's no gender discrimination, no age discrimination. That's a wonderful religion. You see that 26 centuries ago, we have that notion of democracy already. And you didn't see that in the other religion. They discriminate before in the other religion. The lady cannot be equal to man. But in Buddhism, lady and man, we are all equal. And the age is the same. The old man, the young man, the same value. Why? Because the Buddha nature. Or you call it awakened nature, okay? Because it's intrinsic value, any sentient being. You have intrinsic value, you have awakened nature. All the awakened nature and Buddha nature, they is the same. The Buddha nature of Sakyamuni Buddha is the same as our Buddha nature. Okay? He had that Buddha nature, and he tried, therefore, he reached that level. He go back to find his true self, the inner self. If we do the same way, we can do it. We can reach a level. We can find our true self. And we can get alignment. We get awakened. We become Buddha. What is Buddha? It's an awakened person, that's all. Okay? Awakened person you call Buddha. So all of us, we can become Buddha. It's a matter of time, okay? And like you said that you go, you see, you have your destination, you set up already, you can get there. Like you have a GPS, you set up a GPS, you go to Dallas, in about few hours, 3-4 hours, you reach Dallas, but for some reason you stop on the way. It may be take 1 week, maybe 1 month, maybe 2-3 months, maybe 1 year, you never reach Dallas, that's up to you. But you decide to go straight, you can reach Dallas in about 3-4 hours in Dallas, or 5 hours at the most, you get Dallas. So the same thing with Buddhahood. If you decide you want to go that way, and you determine that you want to be Buddha, you will become it. So that's reachable. It's all of us, we can do it. It's up to us. And it's very common sense. There's a lot of common sense, okay? So sometimes they said Buddhism is a religion of common sense, the way to go, way of life. There's nothing fanciful, nothing mysterious. Sometimes, like the other day, somebody write a letter sent to me and Master Quang, they have some comment about Buddhism because the two guy, one the Buddhist guy in jail, the other guy is a Christian in jail. They fighting over the influence to talk to all the inmates. So he write a letter to us, and I tell Master Quang to answer that letter. He claimed that in Buddhism we have a lot of mythology, a lot of things. It's not really scientific. It's not really true religion. Master Quang said, no, it's not. It's some sect, some school like Tibetan school. They have a bond religion. They have the local flavor. So they use a lot of their mythology put in there. It's not real Buddhism. The real Buddhism, we have no mythology, no animal, nothing, superstition in there. Buddhism is not, we have no superstition. We have no cult of personality. Few of them, like you go, Buddhism go to any country, Buddha says adaptable to the country, to the culture, to the time, and to the place. So the adaptable, the change, they have a little bit of local flavor. Like Buddhism in India, first India, different than in Nepal, different than the Buddhism in Vietnam or in China. We have a local flavor in there. But the essence is still the religion of love. There's no superstition. They have no cult of personality. So some people, they misunderstood. They thought, oh, maybe in Buddhism we have some superstition. We talk about animal, about deity. No, we don't have it. If you study that, it's not. It's only the local flavor, okay? It's something they put in there, like Shinto in there. Because that's their religion. The Shinto, they put a little bit in there, not too much. The Chinese, they put a little bit Taoism. They put a little bit Confucius in there. And in Vietnam, the same thing. They put a little cult of ancestor. The parents, the grandparents, they put a little bit in there. But it's not Buddhism. Like in the American Buddhism is a little bit different than the Buddhism in Nepal or in India. Because we're now in 21st century, so it's our American Buddhism a little bit more advanced, more modern, but it's still Buddhism. It's still religion of love. So if you say that, oh, the American Buddhism different than that, it's no different. It's still religion of love. It's still the common sense. It's still a way of life. You look at that, they are not much different. Okay? So be careful about that. So when you study Buddhism, You need to think. You need to think deeply, and then let the people, they criticize you, they said this or that. It's no. Buddhism is Buddhism. It's a true religion of love. We can change a little bit. It's adaptable to the country, to the time, to the place. But the quintessence is still the same. The quintessence is love. So I talked about today about, so we think everything Buddha taught us is love. But with him, because he is the Buddha, his love is the unconditioned love. We are human beings. We still have a lot of things. So we didn't practice the unconditional love yet because we cannot reach that level yet. Like myself, I still have a lot of bias, prejudice, so my love is limited. I try to reach that, but I go to that way to improve myself. Buddha teaches us how to improve ourselves, but we cannot claim that we can reach his level. It takes a long, long time for us to go closer to his level. But we try, okay? We try our best to improve ourselves, to do self-improvement. So that today I talked to you about the quintessence of Buddhism, that's the religion of love. If anybody have any question, I try to answer your question.
I have a question.
Yes.
Do all the various forms of Buddhism that you've discussed, do they all follow the Four Noble Truths and the Noble Eightfold Path? Do they have that in common?
Can you come closer here? Because my hearing is not that good.
Sure. Do all of the variations of Buddhism that you've discussed, do they have in common the Four Noble Truths and the Noble Eightfold Path?
Yes, they all have that. The main thing, they still have it. But sometimes in the book, the practice is a little bit different. But in general, they follow the guidance of Buddha. Okay, they have really different, like their ritual. Sometimes they change a little bit. Really, Buddha teaches the substance and the form. Okay, sometimes the form is different. Okay, and they change it. It depends on their tradition, their culture. They change the form. Like you see, a lot of countries, they practice very, very complicated, sophisticated. That's the way they do it. It's not that way. Really, Buddha, the practice of Buddhism is very simple. Buddha teaches you the temple inside your heart, the three jewels in your heart, the Buddha in your heart, in your mind, the Sangha in your heart, your mind, the Dharma in your heart, your mind. Okay? So you practice deep inside. When you bow down, you don't bow to anybody. You bow to yourself, to your Buddha nature. And you practice humility and modesty. Sometimes, we're too proud of ourselves or we are arrogant. That's the wrong way. We think we're better. We think we have a diploma, we have a certificate, this one, we're higher than the other people. And we think belong to high class. We have more money, we think we are more valuable. That's wrong. So we bow down. We practice humility and modesty. Okay? I said, I'm wrong. Because when I look myself, I have a wrong picture of myself. I thought I'm better than somebody. No, I'm no better. So I learned how to be humble, to be modest. So I bow to myself. So every time we bow, we learn that. I bow to my Buddha nature. I bow to my Buddha inside myself. Buddha never asked us to bow for him. He didn't care if you bow to him or not. Okay? He just did it because he is not here. The picture of Buddha is the statue in plastic or in bronze or in cement. That doesn't make sense. We bow to that. We bow to ourselves. We learn a lesson. Okay? We do everything to ourselves. So we learn to improve ourselves, to practice modesty and humility. Any other question? Okay? We practice Buddhism. We have to practice with sincerity. We practice sincerity. That's good. I discuss Master Quang a lot, and we do together. I tell him this one, you're my student, but sometimes I give you the wrong lesson. But you learn from my wrong lesson. If I teach something wrong, still I teach the lesson for you, because you see I make a mistake, you then now go to make that mistake, that's a lesson to you. Okay? Not everything, just I teach you something wrong, and you say, oh, you're wrong. Yes, I'm wrong, but you learn from my mistake. Like Buddha, he's a wonderful person. Devadatta, the bad guy. He do a lot of things to Buddha. Buddha tell people that he's my teacher. He teach Buddha to become a true monk, a good monk. So I talked to Master Quang and said, if I give you wrong lesson, you use my lesson, my wrong lesson, to think about that. Oh, my teacher, he says something wrong, he do something wrong, but that awakened me. So I would not do that next time. So when Master Quang he teach his student, he avoided my mistake. So my wrong thing is a good thing for him to learn. Okay? So we learn from each other. And in Buddhism, the peer group is very important. That's the reason why we need to practice together. We learn from each other. I learn from you, you learn from me. I never say that I know more than you. Sometimes you know more than me. So I learn from you, from the peers, okay, from the other people. So that's the reason why we become to the Sangha. In the Theravada concept, their Sangha is very limited. They're only monastic, only men. They don't include women. They don't include the lay people. But in Mahayana, everybody, all the practitioners belong to the Sangha. I think that's good, very good concept. It's very democratic. Because monk, nun, lay people, we all belong to the Sangha. We are one group of practitioners. We practice together. So we learn together, we practice together, and we advance together. That's the Sangha. So when we bow to the Sangha, that means we bow to ourselves. Okay? You bow to ourselves. You don't bow to anybody. Even you don't bow to Buddha. You bow to yourself. That's the lesson we learn. Okay? Anybody have any other question? If I have no question, we transfer the merit and we go chanting. Namo Sakya Muni Buddha. Namo Sakya Muni Buddha. Namo Sakya Muni Buddha. Any positive karmic action, we transfer to within, wish them the alignment. the general practice, inviting the bell.
Speech and mind and perfect oneness, I send my heart along with the sound of the. May the hearers awaken from forgetfulness and transcend all anxiety and sorrow. Listen, listen, this wonderful sound brings me back to my true home.
Incense offering. In
gratitude we offer this incense to all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Throughout space and time, may it be fragrant as earth herself, reflecting our careful efforts, our wholehearted mindfulness, and the fruit of understanding slowly ripening. May we and all beings be companions of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. May we awaken from forgetfulness and realize our true home.
Opening verse. The
incense in the censer now is burning, all the Dharma realm in every place, auspicious clouds appearing, our sincere intention thus fulfilling, as all Buddhas now show their perfect body. Homage to the incense spout canopy, Bodhisattva and great Bodhisattvas.
First is for bowing, we bow together. Homage
to the eternally abiding Buddhas, the supreme Dharma and sagely Sangha throughout the Dharma and the realm of empty space and 3 periods of time.
Homage to
the fundamental teacher Shakyamuni Buddha, Maitreya, honored future Buddha, Manjushri, great wisdom Bodhisattva, universal great conduct Bodhisattva, all Dharma guarding Deva Bodhisattva, and the glorious mountain assembly of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas.
Homage
to Amitabha Buddha in the land of ultimate bliss, Avalokiteshvara, great compassion Bodhisattva, great strength Bodhisattva, earth store great vow Bodhisattva, and the assembly of great pure sea like Bodhisattvas.
Please sit down. Compassion mantra. Namo.
Great compassionate Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Namo. Great compassionate Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Namo. Great Buddhas and Bodhisattvas.
Namo
Nattrayaya. Namo Arya Valokite. Mahasatvaya. Mahakarunikaya. Om Sarvaravaye. Sodanadasya.
The Dhamma Bodhi
is bringing morning light in concentration. My heart is at peace, a half smile is born on my lips. This is a new day, and I vow to go through in mindfulness. The sun of wisdom has risen, shining in every direction. Noble Sangha, diligently bring your mind into meditation. Namo Shakyamunaye Buddhaya. Namo Shakyamunaye Buddhaya. Namo Shakyamunaye Buddhaya.
This is for opening a sutra. The unsurpassed,
Surpassed, profound, and wonderful Dharma is difficult to encounter in hundreds of millions of eons. I now see and hear, receive and uphold it, and I vow to fathom the Tathagata's true meaning. Namo Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo Shakyamuni Buddha.
touching the earth, the one who
Bows and the one who is bowed to are both by nature empty. Therefore the communication between them is inexpressibly perfect. Our practice and is the net of Indra, reflecting all Buddhas everywhere, as my own person reflects in all. My whole life I go for refuge.
offering
Light in the 10 directions, the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, to whom we bow in gratitude.
teaching
And living the way of awareness in the very midst of suffering and confusion. Shakyamuni Buddha, awakened one, to whom we bow in gratitude.
cutting
Through
through
ignorance, awakening our hearts and our minds. Manjushri, the Bodhisattva of great understanding, to whom we bow in gratitude.
working
Mindfully working joyfully for the sake of all beings. Tabhadra, the Bodhisattva of great action, to whom we bow in gratitude.
responding
To suffering, serving beings in countless ways. Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva of great compassion, to whom we bow in gratitude.
seed of
Awakening and loving kindness in children, sprouts, and all beings. Maitreya, the Buddha to be, to whom we bow in gratitude.
showing
The way fearlessly and compassionately, the stream of all our ancestral teachers, to whom we bow in gratitude.
the Dhamma
Is deep and lovely, we
of the Pranaparamita, the
Bodhisattva Avalokita while moving in the discourse of Prajnaparamita shed light on the 5 skandhas and found them equally empty. After this penetration, he overcame ill-being. Listen, Shariputra, form is emptiness, emptiness is form is not other than emptiness, emptiness is not other than form. The same is true with feelings, perception, mental formations, and consciousness. Listen, Shariputra, all dharmas are marked with empty. They are neither produced nor destroyed, neither defiled nor immaculate, neither increasing nor decreasing. Therefore in empty there is neither form nor feelings, nor perceptions, nor mental formations, nor conscious, no eye or ear or nose or tongue or body or mind, no form, no sound, no smell, no taste, no touch, no object of, no realms of elements, no interdependent origins, and no extinction of them, no ill-being, no cause of ill-being, no end of ill-being, and no path, no understanding, no attainment, because there is no the Bodhisattvas ground in Prajnaparamita find no obstacles for their minds. Having no obstacles, they overcome fear, liberating themselves forever from illusion and realizing perfect Buddhas in the past, present, and future arrive at Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi. Therefore one should know that perfect understanding is the highest mantra, the unequaled mantra, the destroyer of ill-being, the incorruptible truth. The mantra of Prajnaparamita should therefore be Gate Gate Pam Gate Bodhi Swaha Gate Gate Para Gate Para Sam Gate Bodhi Swaha Gate Gate Para Gate Para Sam Gate Bodhi Swaha.
Invoking the Bodhisattva's name, we invoke
your name, Avalokiteshvara. Aspire to learn your way of listening in order to help relieve the suffering in the world. You know how to listen in order to understand. We invoke your name to practice listening with all our attention and open-heartedness. We will sit and listen without any prejudice. We will sit and listen without judging or reacting. We will sit and listen in order to understand. We will sit and listen so attentively that we will be able to hear what the other person is saying, and also what is being left unsaid. We know that just by listening deeply, we already alleviate a great deal of suffering in the other person.
We invoke
your name, Manjushri. We aspire to be still and to look deeply into the heart of things and into the joy on the path of service. We know that every look, every action, and every smile can bring happiness to others. We practice wholeheartedly. We ourselves may become an inexhaustible source of peace and joy for our loved and for all species.
We invoke
your name, Shiti Gadra. We aspire to a being present where there is darkness, suffering, oppression, and despair. Can bring light, hope, relief, and liberation to those places. We are determined not to forget about or abandon those in desperate situations. We will do our best not with those who cannot find a way out of their suffering, those whose cries for help, justice, equality, and human rights are not being heard. We will need places on earth. We will best not to contribute to creating more hells on earth and to help transform the hells that already exist. We will the qualities of perseverance and stability, so that like the earth we can always be supportive and faithful to those in need.
We bow together. The three refugees. I take
Refuge in the one who shows me the way in this life. I take refuge in the Dharma, the way of understanding and of love. Refuge in the Sangha, the community that lives in harmony and awareness.
dwelling
In the refuge of Buddha, I clearly see the path of light and beauty. In the world dwelling in the refuge of Dharma, I learn to open many doors on the path of transformation. Dwelling in the refuge of Sangha, shining light that supports, keeping my practice free of obstruction.
taking
Refuge in the Buddha, in myself I aspire to help all people recognize their own awakened nature, realizing the mind of love, taking refuge in the Dharma. In myself I aspire to help all people fully master the ways of practice and walk together on the path of liberation, taking refuge in the Sangha. In myself I aspire to
preparing the merit,
reciting the sutras, practicing the way of awareness, gives rise to benefit. Without limit, we vow to share the fruits with all beings. We vow to offer tribute to parents, teachers, friends, and numerous beings who give guidance and support along the